Okay, so continuing from the last video, I have since finished all the animations. So I've done all the ADS's ones. I've done the ones for ACOG, Iron, Red Dot, and Scope, and I've done a short and a long reload animation. This is the long one, I think, yeah. Which is how many frames long? 160. So the way he takes the clip out and puts it back in and then smacks the side, I just got that off looking on YouTube videos of how it does it in Modern Warfare 2. Also, this bolt here doesn't actually move, so, well, in any of the videos that I've seen, so I've left that unanimated for now. If for your reload animations, I typically make mine about 30-40 frames long for the short one, then about, well, this one is 90 frames long for the long one. I'll just load it in game so you can see it. I've also done a slow version of the pull-out animation, which will be the first raise animation, which you should see now, slightly slower. So can fire that, and then we can ADS in and out. The reason we have to have different ADS ones for the different like scopes and red dots is because obviously the scope, if you've got a red dot on it, it's going to be higher than it is on the iron sights. So you have to have a different animation that will position the gun so that the scope will be central. Which is what, but like they take probably take like half an hour to make like all of them and test them all, so it's not that much work. I've also done 2 separate fire animations for the gun, because if you see currently the flash to the end, what I did is I did a fire with a silencer, and all I did is in the fire animation I moved the flash to the end, well, tag flash to the end, which I think I will apply that now because that's currently not on. Also create the weapon files for the different ones, different types of animations. We'll quit that. Load that one. So now the flash should be more towards the end. I'm not entirely sure if I should have a flash with a silencer, but I don't know anyway. But now you can see the flash is more at the end. I'll fully empty the clip, so this is a longer reload one. We can also move it forward to check it more. X 15. The reason you see the hand move at the end, you'll see his arm like jolt back there, is because what I found is my friend wants it for 80 fob, and when he was sprinting you could see inside his arm, so I just moved it back on, so it's a lot further back on most of the animations, but I don't really bother with the reload one because it's not noticeable. So for an ADS animation, all you have to do is, which one's good to show you? All you have to do is animate this controller. So you don't move your gun controller. Move this one. It's just called torso control. And if you also if you use this, you can use this as a guide as well. So this is 60, and then the ADS moves it in. And then I just copied and clipped it to go back. For your ADS fire as well, I found out that other gun models just use the idle animation, which is I have ADS fire as that, but I might switch that to. Let's see what that. Yeah, if you see the shells are going forward, that's not what we want, and I don't really know why it's doing that. It's been a bit weird. But I looked in other weapon files and they just used the idle animation, so I'll switch that on now. That should fix the problem. Yeah, so now with the idle, the shell's now going out correctly, and I think it still looks good. You still get your kick back in ADS, so that saves you a little bit of work because it's one less animation you have to make. So pretty much all that's left to do is sounds, and the note track window in this does kind of work, but it doesn't really export it right. Like how this works, so say you have a reload sound and you want to play, let's not do it in this one, let's do it in this one. So typically when he's putting that clip in there, you want to make like a clanky sound. So I don't know, say, or even there. So say frame 118. What you can do is go to, actually there's no point doing this, but because it doesn't seem to export, but I'll show you how this works anyway. So you create note track node, and this will create this little green icon, which will also be in the 3D scene, but it's like a really small green thing. This one here, and there's a load of like preset things you can put in, but you can also add custom ones like clip in. You add that, and then you just go to the drop down, and then it's there. So then you can select that. If you go in the notes attributes or channels, you'll see that it's now set to that. And if we press S, I don't know, make sure you're not on this menu, but the scene is like the active focus, and press S, and it will key it there. And then we can also put a different sound here. So if I go back to frame 118, it should say FN clip in here. So basically you just key on the timeline at times, and in the animation export window you just click add node track, and then it's a really bad like design, but you click that button for the note track, it selects it. But when I export this, it doesn't actually export anything, so I don't know. If you do manage to get someone to export, then leave a comment and say what you changed, and I might update the video. So the way that I do it is I just create it by hand. It's basically just a text document, and you have num keys and capitals, and then the number of note tracks. So there's one here. If I had two, I could just do like so. So then that's two sound, and you save it as .nt export, and you have to save it in Quality RAW. Asset Manager complains if it's in XAME export, which is another bug with the program, so you actually have to have it loose within your root folder, otherwise it will say not a valid path for some retarded reason. So you can just save that. You can also add note tracks via my animation exporter. If I go right same, we do check the reload animation onto that, so we can see we've got 66 frames, FPS is 24. You can edit the FPS in here, and you can also create a sort of backups animation from here as well. So you can just select the animation, click add note track name, and then I'm going to put clip in noise, and then I'm just going to select frame, so frame 39 and add it. We can add another one. Click out, and then frame 13. Add that. You can also click select them and edit them or delete them. Then when you've added all your note tracks, just click save selected. You can save a backup of the animation, so I'll just go yes. So now we've got a .bat, and our this new animation file now has the note tracks. If I clear the list, drag it back in, you can see now we have two notes and the note tracks that we added. So whichever way you find easiest, it's just, or whichever way works best for you, is probably the best way to do it. In terms of general problems that you might get, if you go in game and like nothing's moving and your whole screen's like scrunched up, it's probably because you've got use bones ticked on. That like mess of it, because all weapon animations, like, or view animations, which are in the first person view, like on your within your screen and not in the 3D world, don't use bones. They're just interpreted slightly different. You also want some relative types for your animations. Yeah. I think that's about it. No checks, and get rid of that. Oh yeah, for the note tracks as well, you'll have to map them. So if I just view them again, that's it. So you see we have, this starts at the very bottom. So if we see we have a note track of clip in and clip out, basically what you would do is type clip in, and then you type a single space, and then you type the same sound's name. The sound's name is basically the alias of the sound which you would define in your sound alias, which we will show. Excuse me. So in your sound alias, so the name of it, you would put that there. So it's basically just mapping the name of the note track to a sound alias name. You can have them identical names if you so wish. They don't have to be different. So like, as you can see down here, it's pretty much most of them are the same name. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this video. If you have any more questions or want me to cover something else, just leave a comment and I'll might post like additional videos if anyone gets stuck. Okay, bye.